Okay. Okay. So recording has been started. So let me share my. I think share screen shared. So let me just open my document. So yesterday, let me just go little up and then see the Power BI service app.powerbi.com https app.powerbi.com is universal link. You if you join Infosys, you work for let's say X client, Y client, Z client, it will be the same. App.powerbi.com will be the same. If you go to TCS and join some XYZ client, and still app.powerbi.com will be the same. So this link is always same. And how that will be different based on your email address. Okay, your email address will be tracked in the Active Directory, Azure Active Directory. So based on that, the tenant will be assigned to that, and based on that, you will get the access. Okay, so we understand SaaS benefits, and we also understood my workspace, and we have created pro workspace and 4 roles. We have tried to share the access, change adding the role, changing the role, removing the role, right? So and settings from pro to premium, right? And 3 types of admin, right? Admin roles that we have learned yesterday, right? Workspace admin, tenant admin, OC65 admin, right? So there are the 3 different roles, and the 2 ways to publish button in the Power BI desktop and get data from the workspace. So this is also the two options that we have learned yesterday. Extensively we work with this get data, right? And the workspaces or licenses, right? So my workspace comes with free license. Pro workspace is a pro license. Premium workspace will come with premium license. And again, premium license are 2 types: capacity based license and user based license. So we are actually the premium, we are using PPU, premium per user. What is PPU? Premium per user. Premium per user. Okay, PPU. Okay, so then embedded workspace or embedded license. What is the purpose of this embedded license? To to bind the report applications. Okay, bind the report. Binding means what? Putting this report instead of app.powerbi.com, you can insert this reports into a web application, just like ICICI.com or some other web applications, HDFC, whatever the banks or any other client that you work for, they can directly insert these reports into their web applications using .NET, okay, ASP.NET or whatever it is. Okay, so instead of app.powerbi.com, you can insert these reports into a intranet or internet. It's called embedded purpose. We can that license is specifically meant for that, right? So these are all the things that we have learned yesterday, and also we have tried to create the report from the data set. Okay, created report. See how many ways we can create the report. The number one is from Power BI desktop, PBI desktop, right? So number two, in the service, from the data set, right? New report from the data set, new report from data set, right? So far that's what we have learned. But what is the difference between this and this? Okay, for this data set in service. Okay, so this is the developer tool, but this is in the service in the cloud, app.powerbi.com. I will show you again here. Let me go here, go to the lineage view. Okay, see this report. Yesterday we have created this POP2 report, right? So by clicking this and create new report, right? It will again create one more report here. So from single data set, we can create multiple reports within the Power BI service. Within the Power BI service. Okay, so within the Power BI service here. So a report can be created 2 ways. One is in the Power BI desktop here in this tool. The other one is in Power BI service like this. right? But there is one more way. We will discuss that later. You know, it will come a little later. So you can see one more report here, but not by creating this. I will not use this, but still you will see the report here. Okay, I will tell you that. Hope old students might have get that, but still you do not reveal that. Okay, let the new batch have that suspense, right? So now let me close this first, and let me go to this. Okay, so we will talk that data set extensively and dashboards, apps, list versus lineage. These are the upcoming topics that we will discuss, and refresh and gateways also that we need to cover as part of Power BI service. And yesterday we also covered this M2M assignment, the cars purchased, right? Cars project, right? So how to work with duplicate keys, that is the main intent for this project, and how to avoid many-to-many relationship. Actually we no need to avoid, okay? It is actually more simplified way to create many-to-many relationship. But in terms of performance point of view, in terms of old mindset of an interviewer come with many-to-many relationship to remove with data warehousing mindset, then we need to know the bridge table and bidirectional cross filtering importance. So what is bridge table, what is a bidirectional cross filtering, how this is important, will tell you this car project which we have created yesterday, right? And today we are planning for a new project. Here it's easy and it's more visually and anybody can easily understand from this. Okay, and Power BI actually starts what, you can also work like this only for visualization part. We will talk this, and then I'll come to the scenario where you can only work on visualization part, nothing else. If you don't know anything so far here, what we have discussed, all these topics, if you don't know, still you can work from today onwards. If you learn whatever you learn with Excel data, that you can work only on the visualization part. So this is itself is a separate job role, creating visuals. That's all. Creating visuals. But yes, Power BI service is must, and you should know from Power BI service to Excel, and then see that is limited scope of the job role. But if you want to expand, work with SQL Server. If you want to expand, work with Power Query. If you want to expand, work with SharePoint folder. If you want to work with Dynado, work with Snowflake as a source, right? Work with SSS tabular model. Work with migrating SSRS reports to Power BI. Lot of scenarios are there. Lot of scenarios. Okay, we will go one by one. But let's focus on Excel. Then we'll go for SAS and SSRS, and then we'll come back and finish this. Gateways, refresh, all those stuff. Okay, we will jump here and there, so bear with me, right? So now I have a brand new Power BI desktop open. Okay, you might see this visualization on top. If you don't see like this, yours is old Power BI desktop. Get the latest one. Okay, get the latest one, and you will see like this. Now I want to get the data from Excel. Okay, so now I'm going with Power BI and sources. Okay, Excel data. Okay, data. So simply what is there you will see. So I'm not opening Excel because want to be more. Now actually it has only one sheet. Okay, but Power BI will create two. If you just observe this image here, the blue color strip and without blue color strip, which means Power BI will create the table on top of that Excel sheet. If you already create the table inside the Excel, then that's fine. If you don't create that Excel data as a table inside the Excel, then it will give you two. I mean, both are same, nothing else. Nothing else. Both are same. Okay. You have to choose one of them. Let me choose this, and it is looks very structured. But still, on top of that, if you want to create a region table, you can create the region table, and you can create product table, and we can create a manufacturer table, on top of that we can create, but my intention is not that at this moment. My intention is to create the visualization. So we know how to cleanse the data, how to prepare the data, what we need to keep in mind, model keep in mind, and prepare the tables and load only that required tables, and remaining we can disable enable load and create the folders, right? So that's how we have done so far, but this is the next step. So how can we create the visualizations? Okay, so when you try to understand the visualization part, uh, you should know all these things. See, this is also looks like an Excel. Okay, so right now if you see, the columns will be like this. Okay, channel. Go on mute, please. Who is that? Somaya, I already told you. This is not your first class, and you are a teacher, moreover, and you should have some, you know. Okay. Now, what you need to understand this. This we have already discussed, the ribbons and the columns and all those stuff, right? So here we are going to create the table. The first one, the basic visual is table. If you create any visual, first come to table and then change it to the visual that you want to make, right? So let's understand the table first. So what is the table and what is the purpose of the table, right? So simply you can either click on the visual, or you can click and take the things automatically. It will create the table. Now you see, I have not selected that. Let me select what happened. See, it will just by default it's going to create another visual, but now see, by default it's chosen the table. Why it has given, see why it's not been there here, because I have not selected. So now let me select here, and then now it's gone. Why? Because this is a separate visual. So let me remove this and select this shade, and then select this, so it will come like this. And then the sales. Now what is this? Come on. See, let me do one thing here. Go to view, and we will discuss this later, but for now, under view there is a option called customize current theme. Okay, what is that? I want to make this font a little bit bigger. Instead of each and every table and visual, I want to go here and I want to make it, actually 10 is the right size, but if you just publish into the service, it would be like that. But here it will be like this. That's okay. Now you see, you will see a little bigger. Okay, so this is how we will create the tables, and you can also create multiple tables, but let's format this first, and then we'll see other techniques like formatting techniques. Okay, now this is a sales and this is a channel, and let me go to here and format it. So style presents minimal style, or border header, right? So these are all the things that you can learn easily. Alternate rows and contrast rows, right? So flashy rows, all those things that we can just check. You can try the way you want. Like this is a style, and this is a grid. Okay, horizontal grid is on. If you want to on it, you can on it. You can change a different color and see, so that you will understand. See the lines, horizontal lines. You can make the thicker size so that you can see thick lines. And the vertical grid also you can off, and the lines between this, and you can also make this same orange color and make this thick. Okay, so but I'm just giving you, maybe it might not look so good, but I just want to tell you this importance of these grid lines. And then the border is white. Let's make something something like this, or let me, I just want to show you the importance. Where is the border and everything? Okay, the options, row padding. What is the padding? The side, I mean, the space between the lines. If you just increase more, then you will understand. You know, space between the values and the area, right? So that is called padding. Okay, font size is 14 for now. That's fine. This is what we have set in the global, right? So that is a global. Okay, so now here the values, right? So values, colors, and everything that you can just check. All these things you just give a try. Okay, you can give a try. But you can also specific columns you can change. Let's say I want to have a channel different color. Okay, so apply the values, right? So just give text into, let's say, white color. See, they become white, and background should be something like blue is already there, so let's make this color purple color, so that you will understand. So this is changed. Now the alignment, right? So center alignment, left alignment, right alignment. So this is how we can just do that. And cell elements, like what is the cell elements, background color, we will talk this later. Okay, this is just conditional formatting. Okay, we will come to that part. We will go a little deeper, and then we will come to that part. Okay, and URL icons and image highlight height and all. Height we can just check, just change the height, and then see image height. What is the image? Okay, so we have not inserted any image for here, so that is the reason you don't see. We will talk that later. Okay, but for now we understood very basic formatting steps, like giving lines and changing the column colors and different styles of table, all this stuff. Okay, and you can also add more columns if you want. How? Go to the again this build visual and add a city. Okay, something like that, and it will come here, right? And if you want to add unit cost, you can add unit cost. It will again change, something like that. But again, it is just looks like there's no difference between here and here, right? So that's what you might feel. But here you have a lot of colors and everything, but that is not enough. So the thing is, like, you can remove this, and you can have this same table like this, and Control C, Control V. So what will happen? Control C, Control V. So it will create a duplicate copy. Okay, what I've done, Control C, Control V. Here you can change the region. Instead of channel, you can give region by sales. Okay, so these are the two different visuals. This is channel by sales, this is region by sales. What is the difference? I mean, why we have nonsense that we are doing here? So just we are trying to understand the highlights, how online sales are actually happening in each. The values are changing. You see, catalog is only available in the North America, but online is available in all three regions. Resellers are having all three regions, but amounts are changing. So that is the power of Power BI. A visual will interact with other visual. Okay, a visual will interact with other visual. Not only that, we can also do this kind of formatting, like border general. If you go to the general, you can just do this. Effects, background color, that's fine. Visual border, you can on it, and visual border, you can on it. So this is what it is, and the same thing you can also do for this table by applying this formatting. Okay, now you see this is the border and shadow, and still you can just copy paste that we have done already, and then format, click on create a brand new table. Okay, just like this, and add product category, and then profit, and make it a little bigger. So I'm just showing you how many ways you can create the table. Okay, so then you can choose this table format, and then click on this table. Okay, it will just become the same, right? So this is how you can create. Okay, first thing is you can duplicate and then change columns, and the second one is you can create brand new and click format and click on this. So that's how you can create. This is the table creation and format. Any questions here? It's a very basic thing. I've not done much fancy here, but I just introduced you the formatting options, the formatting options of our table here, and then the general and visual. So both options that are available here, and here you see the values that we are using here, right? So very basic thing. But the thing is, like, here you can see interactions. So you can click this cell phone. Cell phones are highlighted. Okay, if you click computers, computers will be highlighted. The amount will change, right? So you can also give the table name by going to headers. You can apply general and title. You can on the title. Okay, so here my profit, something like that. Product category by profit, right? So you can make it center. You can change the background color to something else. Okay, a lot of things that we can do, but these are all formatting and very basic things. But the next level thing is, like, let me make it little up. Okay, so come on. So this is the one that we can use it. So what I will take this little down, and I will put it here, and I will make it bigger. Okay, so let me make it small. That's fine. Now what I'm going to do is, I want to see the sales. What is the sales? The sales is basically sum of sales. That is good. But I want to see average sales. So what we can do, we can bring one more sale here, and we can make it average sales. Now it become average sales. Now again we can bring here, and we can say minimum sales. Okay, again bring the sales. We can say maximum sales. See how easy it is, right? So this is the, if you just take the Asia, the total sales is this much. If you don't want to see the decimals, you can go to the sales and then click on 0 decimals. You won't see the decimals now. You see, all are gone. So this is one of the trick, right? So now decimals gone, and if you want, you can format it to different formats that we will discuss later, and you can try it in the format, each column value. If you want to see in the millions and billions, trillions, that you can make it. But if you just take this Asia, in the Asia, the lowest sale is $5, and the highest sale is highest sale is $58,976. But on an average, they are doing $4,070 in the Asia region, right? So that's how we can easily understand by this. Okay, and these are all called aggregates. Sum, average, min, max, all these are all aggregates. Still, I think we can do count of sales. Okay, count distinct. Okay, how many unique sales that are actually happened. This is count distinct, and you can also bring this and say, but I count, not distinct count, but count. See, the difference is there. So there are actually 2213 is the unique sales, but total sales are 3050 sales, which means I bought a soap, but I bought 2 soaps, right? I bought 10 soaps. So here it will be 10, here it will be 1, something like that. The count of sale is 1 product, distinct sale is 1, 1 bill, just imagine 1 bill for 10 products. So something like that, but this will give you 10, here it will give you 1, something like that. The count distinct means unique sales, right? So that's what, see, from single table we have generated these many things. Now if you click on this online sales, now you see all the things are changed, which means a table is interacting with other tables. If you want to see audio sales in different regions, you can check how audio is actually working, what is the total sales, what is the average sales, what is the minimum sales, maximum sales, okay, all the stuff. It's easy. You see, single table will give you a lot of insights. Single table will give you a lot of insights, right? So apart from that, you can also see, let's say if something that you see, grayed out, but to come out of that grayed out, you can click again the same column so that the filtering will go off. Okay, so that's what we can do, right? See, these are all the numbers, but this is only one dimension, region wise sales. But you know what, you can remove a region or you can keep the region and you can add manufacturer also. Now the things will change. So Asia, there are these many manufacturers, right? These are all Asia only. If you want to remove your region, you can remove region. Now you see manufacturer by sales. The numbers will automatically calculate automatically. That is the power of Power BI. The numbers, if you change the dimension, numbers will automatically calculate. Okay, so that is the power of Power BI. So that's where it's so demand, right? So this is very basic operation, but still I'm just telling you, I'm highlighting you why this is so important. It will give you a lot of insights, right? You see, a single sales we have plotted like multiple values, single sales column, right? So, and moreover they are interacting each other. So when you click here, Northwind Traders, how they are actually doing here. Okay, you can double click so that they will be back. If you want to see so how they are different regions. So that's how you can see all the sales versus channels by product category by different sales. Right? Still you can control this. Okay, let's say if you click this, you see only that, right? But if you can also go to format and click edit interaction, when you see this, how they want to, let's say if you don't want to filter it, whatever you click, it won't filter anything, it will be none, because you don't want to filter this table with this guy. Whenever this guy talks something, whenever this guy shouts something, no, I want to Southridge video, no, I don't talk to you, so because you made me none, shut up. Okay, so that's what it is. The screw is screwed up, so it won't talk. But if you want to filter it, now then if you just filter it, it will work. Now you see, so this is filter and none. By default, all the visuals will have two options, filter and none. But there's a concept called highlight. Okay, we will discuss that in a specific visuals. Only specific visuals will have specific features. Okay, that we will discuss later. But by default, any visual that you take, there will be two options. One is filter and none. Where it is available? Under format, edit interaction. Edit interaction is the concept. Okay, that is very important. Edit interaction. Okay, right. Now if you just by this guy, you don't want to let's say if you make it none, this won't. But if you click this guy and if you just click it, this will be filtered, right? But if you click this, it's none. See, here it is filtered. So based on the visual that you select, the others visuals will interact. Now if you select this guy, this guy is actually filtering. So let's say if you click audio, the sales will become an audio, because with this guy it's filtering, but with this guy is none. Shut up. Okay, so how you are interacting, which visual you want to interact with other visual. So that is important. That is the key concept that we try to understand. So two things we understand, three things we understand. We understand how to create the table, how to format the table, okay, and then how can we create multiple implicit measures. We call them as measures. I will tell you the measures that can be created using DAX, but for now what you need to understand is we can use implicit measure mechanism like this. all these things. Okay, you can also do not summarize, but again the table size will go bigger. It's just like a normal table, right? So but some cases don't summarize also will work for us, right? So table creation, table formatting tables, okay, and edit interaction, and implicit measures, and all these things that we have learned, filter and highlight within a single table, okay, single table visual type, right? So we can also change the dimensions. We initially started with channel, but now we change to manufacturer. You can also use multiple dimensions. That's also up to us, right? Let me bring this product category here. That's also fine, but the table size will grow, right? So each manufacturer, how many product categories it has. So that's how you can see each product category level, manufacturer level sales, and everything. The beauty is the values will automatically calculated beyond the scenes, right? So that is the visual. So what we have learned with the table is very simple things: formatting, creation, and the measures, implicit measures, and edit interaction. Four concepts that we have learned, right? Any questions so far? The cross filtering. So this is the one, the highlight, the edit interaction, right? Any questions here? So types of aggregations like sum, min, max, count distinct. What else? Median mode also is there, is available if you want to see median, variance, standard deviation. So still you can use this. This is for statistical analysis, but still if you want to do, you can do. Okay. So if the requirement demands, you can also use this, right? So not only that, you can also bring this sales one more time, okay, and I want to show this value as a percentage. So where is that guy? See, you can do that. So not only this total, what is this percentage? This is actually sum and the percentage, but I can also do average percentage, minimum percentage, maximum percentage. I can do anything. Okay, average. Let me show you average percentage. Now average become percentage. Okay, now maximum percentage, minimum percentage, everything that you can calculate into percentages. So what we have understand, we have understand that we can create the aggregate values, we can also make them percentage, and you can add them, add a new column and make the percentage also. See, I want average sales as well as, let me bring this, so let me put it here and let me make them average sales. So this will become average, but again that is in the percentage. Total sales again in the percentage. Let's bring this total sales into percentage here. So now you see, so sales and then percentage, average sales and percentage, and minimum sales and percentage. You can create like that, right? And you can also create the table first and then changing to any visual that you like, something like this. This is also easiest way to do. Okay, we will talk this, but I'm just telling you from table to another visual conversion. So I prefer always try to create the table and then understand, then we'll change the visuals. Okay, right. Now let me make this as a table because we are talking about the table, right? So let me rename this as a table, right? So percentage and aggregations and different dimensions, right? Edit interaction, different tables, formattings. So this is very important. Okay, now let's move to the next visual. Okay, so next visual is matrix. This is one of the most favorite thing, and here we can learn a lot. Okay, if any visual is not working for you, you can go for this. What is the difference between this and this? Okay, only thing is here you see only a values column, but here if you just take any shadow, maybe let me show you this here. You see Apart from values, you will also have rows and columns, columns and rows, rows and columns. Okay, so this is an additional. You see, in which this is the column, pillar column, building pillars, and these are the rows. Okay, so you will have this kind of options extra. Okay, so what I can do is I can remove this at this moment, and what I will do, I will copy this and Control C, and we can also paste into a different. Let me put this here. So what we understand, we can copy paste visual from one page to another page. It was actually a recent update, maybe 1 year back, I guess. And prior to that, you cannot copy. Even we can copy from one PBX file to another PBX files also. Let me show you. I can create an empty PBX file and I can copy all the visuals simply, and they can migrate it to there. But the thing is, it should have a data set. Okay, if not, then it will be failed. I will tell you. Now you see it's empty and there's no fields at all, right? But if I go to another, the first page, okay, put Control A, so it will select everything, and Control C, and come to this new PBX file. Here nothing is there, but still we can paste it. See, they are coming, but they will fail. But if you have data set, it will automatically configure. That is the beauty of it. Okay, we can copy a visual from one page to another within the PBX file. You can also copy the same visuals into a different PBX file also. Okay, sometimes when we do migration, this is very important trick that everybody should know. Okay, so that's what we realized. Now let me go to matrix. Here, let me change this to a matrix. Okay, so same thing. Let me bring this manufacturer into rows. Okay, and columns I want to see a product category or the regions. So let's bring the channel otherwise. Okay, and these are the channels, and then bring the sales into our values. See how simple the table it is. But if you just have the same thing here, let me click this manufacturer versus catalog, right? So let me take this manufacturer versus channel. Now you see how the table size is very big. Okay, in terms of length I'm talking, not these values, but anyway, here you see simply you can plot manufacturer like this and regions like this, and you can see the values. I like this very much. Okay, because it will save you the time and it will give you a very good analysis. Not only that, you can create multiple values there. Now average sales. Okay, average sales. Now you see each category you can see two sales. One is the total sales, then the other one is average sales. Likewise, you can add multiple, and it's not mandated that you should use everything. You can also do something like this, but now it will become just like a table. Okay, this will become just like a table. But if you have a rows and columns, then it will be good. Okay, but again, it depends how they really want to see is matter. Okay, but here the interesting part is when you have two rows and two columns and two values, then how it looks like. Now as I said, you can put two values, that's fine, perfectly. That's what we have seen. Let me remove and let me add a region here in this channel. Now you see how they looks like. What happened? So something like now you see Asia region. The region is Asia. Now you see each Asia having these channels, 4 channels. Here is 3 channels only. Here 3 channels, 3 channels. Every region you can see the channels. But if I remove this, now it looks like that. Now if I put something here, how that looks like. Let's say manufacturer by product category, something like that. Now you see product category. Now you see this is interesting. Now expand and collapse button. Audio having these many manufacturers. So how do I know this is a manufacturer? Because this is how it started. So product category is then product category audio. Under audio you will see the manufacturers. How many manufacturers actually manufacturing the audio, and what is the each individual sales, and what is the total sales of audio, subtotals, and all these things that you can see. This is called step layout. Okay, what is this? It's called step layout. Okay, so we have seen two here, two here, two here, and at a time you can also do all two there, but it looks so complex. That's what my intention. Let me introduce you the small things, and then you can make your own complex visuals. Okay, and simply you can do format from this to this. Click on format and click on this. Boom, it will just change the colors and everything. Okay, right? So that is a formatting thing, and two values into rows, two values into columns, two values. It's not two. You can more than two also. You can do more than one. I can say more than one into rows and columns and values. And if you put a more than one into a rows, you see a step layout, expand collapse button. Okay, and you see there are three buttons. There are four buttons here, which you don't see in the table. Okay, which don't. Now there will be a question: what is the difference between table visual and matrix visual? You need to talk like anything. Okay, you know table has only values. When it comes to matrix, we have rows and columns and values. Okay, and we can see hierarchy there. Okay, drill down, drill up, next level, next in the hierarchy level, all things that are possible in only in the matrix, and step layout is available in the matrix. Okay, so a lot of things that you can talk. Okay, so now let's understand this first. What is this? Now if you just understand this product category and manufacturer, now it's in the product category. Just observe this. But if I click this will change it to manufacturer. Let me do that. Okay, it's drill on, sorry, this one. Come on, why it's not going next level? Which one did I select? Lowest level. Okay, I think okay, yeah. Now if I click this, it will expand. It will expand. Now you see manufacturer. Actually, this is not the manufacturer. These are all actually manufacturers. See the manufacturer. Now if you go up, you will see product category. Just observe this. Okay, I didn't do anything. Just this is the next level in the hierarchy. This will completely change. Single table will work differently. Okay, now if you want to do the same thing, you need to remove and add. But when it comes to here, you can simply click on this button. It will see manufacturer by sales, manufacturer by channel by sales. If you click the next up, you will see product category by channel by sales. What is the one? Next level. But what about this? What about this? Now let me click drill on, and if I click cell phones, now you see only you can see cell phones related sales. So drilling, drill machine, drill machine. So you just go deeper. So now what I clicked on it, I just clicked on the cell phones. So I just see only cell phone related manufacturers and their sales. Now you can click up, and now you can see all the things. Now you can go to computers, because drill mode is on. Whenever I click computer, I can see only computer. Okay, again I can go up and then off the drill mode. So this is drill down. Okay, there will be confusion between drill down and drill through. Okay, drill down is going deeper inside the visual. Okay, only filtering that part. Okay, but drill through is going from summary to detailed page. We will talk that later. Drill through, simple. The dialog is drill through means going from summary to a detailed page. Okay, we will talk that later. That functionality is very important. We will discuss that later. But drill down, and when you see drill down, you see drill down mode. You should on the drill down mode, and then it will go to a down level, one level next. You can give one more thing also. Here you can add countries and cities. Okay. Now see a single report, but if I click next level, next level, next level, next level, you see it is now in the city. A simple single visual can have multiple, it will act like a multiple visuals matrix. Okay, by just using this next level button, right? But not only that, that is the beauty. You see the next one is next level hierarchy. You see audio, and inside audio you can see different manufacturers. Again, if you click next, in each manufacturer you see a different countries. Again, if you click each country, you will see a cities. Okay, the formatting might not show you really good, but you see product category you can see, and manufacturer you can see, country you can see, and then city you can see. So all the things that you can see by using this button, next level in the hierarchy. Next level, go to next level is different. The symbol itself will show you. If I make this bigger, now you can understand this, right? So this symbol itself will show you. Let me go up. So this will go up, completely up. Now you see this is enabled. Okay, this guy is very important. It will show you all the things in one glance. But if you want to see in a different glance at the different things, then you can use this. Okay, either you can use drill on mode to go to specific things. Okay, so I like this very much. Okay, I can give you a lot of analysis with these 4 buttons, right? And apart from this, I think in the table also we have not seen the sort order, right? So you can also do the sorting here. That is a by default option. Sorting by channel, sorting by sales. Now you see the descending order sales, or you can see ascending order sales. Okay, everything that you can control. Not only that, you can simply click on this, click on this. So this is a beautiful option. Same way, you can also do the same thing in the manufacturer. If you go there, and here you might not see, but you will see here, sort by what? Sort by product category. Now you see how it sorted ascending or descending, right? So show in a table, export data, everything that is possible. What will export? You can control, your admin can control what kind of data you are trying to export. Okay, it's a CSV format, but whether it's exporting the summary data or detailed data, so that you can control. But what you need to understand is you can export the data as well. Whatever you see in that any visual I'm saying, either it could be a matrix or table or anything that you can export, not the filters, except filters and slices. Okay, and same thing. Now you can also create a values into percentage, but here percentage by grand total. Now you see all this will become 100%. But if you can also change, no, I don't want to see 100% here, I want to see 100% here also, and here I don't want to see 100%, only this I need to accumulate to 100%, but this is always 100%. So if that is the one, show column totals, no, sorry, row totals. This is always a confusion for me. Now you see here it will become all 100%, but this is not. If you just make column 100%, then the opposite one. Now you see here it's 100% and this is different. So based on their needs, based on the requirement, you can configure this. Okay, but here one of the most important concept that I would like to tell you is that the step layout off. Okay, this is one of the requirement. I actually worked that time almost 2 months just to I will just show you in a 2 minutes, but I took 2 months time to show them. But actually the reason is I did not try with matrix. I just want to try in a different custom visuals or different this thing that thing, and I try to explain to different stories, but they finally like what I've shown this way. Go to this. Okay, and go to general step layout. Okay, so step layout, these columns are actually changed. Grid, vertical grid, borders, options. Okay, so the same thing that you can also change this, but this is a different styles that you can see. That's okay. This is the one, but grid lines. So now you see in between lines that is talking about. I'm just talking about the step layout. Okay, so I can search here, but I'm just trying to understand where is my step layout. Okay, let me search step layout. Now you see row options, row header options. So let me go to row header options. Row header options. Yes, here. Now you see this one, the plus symbol that you see here. I just off that. Okay, and then let me on this first, and then go to hierarchy. Okay, now you see all of them coming under one line, right? I don't want like that, so what I will do, I will just off this. So now that's gone, and here under options, step layout off. Now you see all columns: manufacturer, product category, manufacturer, country and city, and then the specific values. So that this is what they want to see actually that time. Okay, they want to see like this, but I thought of giving different options, but that does not work. I went into custom visuals, a lot of things are tried, but this is the simplest one. The step layout off with expand colors button off. That's what they were expecting to see. So step layout is one of the most important thing, and drill on next level is the hierarchy, export data, sorting options, okay, interactions, lot of things that we have learned. Okay, formatting options. You need to try a lot of formatting options. Okay, today's assignment is easiest one. Everybody and anybody can do it, but only thing is your patience. You are wow, this option is really working. That's how you need to appreciate the Power BI. So then only you can do it. Otherwise, I know this. I've been doing in the Excel, so that won't work. Still, you do in the Excel. You need to make your hands dirty with Power BI Desktop. Then only you feel some happy, or feel good with learning. Okay. So what we have learned, step layout. Okay, and you see we can remove it. Spotlight means what? The remaining will grayed out, and this will be spotlight. Okay, in the pub you see spotlight, right? So that is the thing, spotlight. Okay, you can just untick that, it will go. Okay, so when it will be useful, the spotlight in the bookmarks, we can on the spotlight. The bookmarks, we will talk about the bookmarks. Okay, that will be later. Let's finish the visuals, and then we'll go to reporting options. So there you will see a drill through option, bookmarks option, home page, landing page, how we do best practices. So all those things that we will cover in the visualization. So visualization itself is one role. So this guy will not work in the modeling part, okay, or here only can work with here. Even not creating any measures also he will work like that. That is his role. That's how a basic level role that you can showcase in your first project. And then you can just add your weapons, like I can do this, that, this. I can work with SQL Server, I can work with SharePoint, I work with this, I work with that. So that's how you go bigger and stronger, okay, in terms of technical things, right? So today we have learned two visuals. One is table and then matrix. So let me write down. And then not only that, the percentages and some here the values, right? So you can also have this thing with different things, sales and percentage and sales also you can see. Okay, but the thing is, like here there's no collapse and expand button, but this will be useful with slicer, something like that. Okay, you can bring a slicer here and put some manufacturer category there, and then click on that. So you will see computer related product category and cell phone related product category, and you see at the same time you can also see all of them. Okay, so here you can just, what happened to this? I want to reduce the size. So because of the black color it's not coming. Actually there will be a clip to hold it, and then you can move it like that. And you can off the subtotals and totals. That is also fine, that you want to do it. Okay, how to do that? Go to here and subtotals. Now you can off them simply like this. Okay, and you can see. So in this case, when you work with slicers like this, and this is really good. Okay, otherwise you can off the step on the step layout. That is also good. The expand collapse button, that is also really good. But still this will work. Drill on mode, drill to mode also will work here, right? Because you see all of them, and you can make it bigger. And you see at any point of time, are there any filters? Let's say if I apply computer, and you can see this is filtered. And not only that, actually you can also see this table, whether this table is filtered or not. Yes, this is also filtered. So the filtering symbol will tell you how these values are actually coming, right? So the filter symbol is also very important, apart from the formattings and edit interaction, whether the edit interaction is on or not. So that it will tell you when you click on that filter icon. Not click, just hover over. Okay, so this is all about matrix. So matrix, right? You can create multiple matrix, and you can also do edit interaction, right? We've learned a lot actually. Okay, you think that, oh no, why he is wasting so much time just on the table and matrix? But no, I'm not wasting. When you practice it, you will understand. So we tried here. We tried with two values here in the columns, two values in the rows, two values in the values. Okay. So now what if I do now here? Let me just get this one more thing here. Let's say what I can bring it here, channel by, let me remove this. Where is the channel? Is already there. Region, where is the region? Yeah, region is there. So let me bring this here. Let's see. Now you see this is the one. Drill on mode, whether you want a drill mode by columns or rows. So that's the beauty of it. Okay. So that also you can do. Okay. So this one you can see. Whenever there are more values in the rows and columns, the visual will change. Right. So now next going to the beautiful one is the card. Okay, the card one. Okay, this is a really good option, good visual. I will show you a card. Okay, so how this is going to be? Let's say sales. Okay, this is what it is. This is the total sales. Now it will become a total sales. And how can we format it? Let me show you the formatting options. Go to general and on the header, where is that border? Effects, visual border and shadow. See, this is good, right? Background color, if you want to change some to something else, you can do that. So it will just become like that. Okay, but I really don't like this. Let me tell you why. Uh, I will make the same thing with the different. Uh, Here I will off this category. Okay, now you see the category is off, but I will go to general and you see there's a title. I will on the title. Okay, here I will say total sales. Now you see, but you might not see so different now. But the background color, if I can change it to something else, or maybe thicker color and back to white. Okay, so and maybe a gray color also we can change a little bit better, and the formatting, right? Background color. Now it will become a silver, something like that. Okay, so this is I feel this is always better than this, and you will have a lot of formatting on the header types. Okay, now this is total sales. No, not this one. Remove. I'm going to select this and click on copy here and then paste. So it will just come here. Okay, now I want this to be not total sales. Let me go to general and title. I want this to be average sales. Average sales. But this is average only, but when it comes to this, here I need to make it to average. Now this is the average. This is total sales, this is average sales. Okay. Now let me make it little smaller this. Okay. And this is also we are going to do it's very smaller. Okay. So that you can customize a lot of things. Now again I make it one more. Okay. Now I want to see minimum sales. Let's say let me go and change the title to minimum sales. Lowest sale. Minimum is a technical word. Lowest is the business word. So we always give a visualization to a business friendly or user friendly, right? But this is not the lowest one. Let me go to this and make to the lowest minimum. Okay, now this is the 5 and let's make this highest sale. Okay, so let me just make this as a highest sale and the title lowest to highest. Highest sales and then the values, here the values, right? So let me put maximum values. Right, now you see. Now let me bring one table here just from this. Okay, so this is the one. Select here, copy and paste it here in the card. Okay. Okay, and let's say you don't want see the values because the values are outside also. Okay, and percentages you want to see here. So on the card also you can show the percentage. It's not that you can only show the number. You can also show the value as a percentage. Okay, now you see this is 100%. But if you click something, the percentage will change. Okay. What is this? Show value. The percentage of grand total. Okay. So let me just give you this. Okay, let me show you this as a percentage value. The grand total. Okay, so whenever you show this as a grand total, it's always giving 100%, which is wrong. So here the card, in this case, it's not working. So, but the percentage I will tell you how to calculate later when it comes to DAX. Okay, that's where we do a real calculation. But for now, in the cards we can also show percentage, but with implicit measure the percentages are not possible. Okay, we will create with the DAX. It's easy. You don't need to worry about it. We can simply create. Now you see the values are changing. When I click this, the values are changing. When I click this, the values are changing. So edit interaction. Not only that, you can put some filters. Okay, filters and slices and different visuals. This is a really good option to see. Okay, I will tell you how to format and group them. Okay, control, click, 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 click. So I hold the control and I've selected everything, and then go to format and then align horizontally or vertically. So now the space is automatically aligned. Now the most important part is the general thing. Okay, and the general, you see properties, the height and width. It should be, let's say, 120, and it should be 180, 120 by 180 size, the visual. Okay, and you should do everything like that, 120 by 180 height and width. So 180, they will be same in size, 120 by 180. This is very important. Okay, because this will go to a customer facing. Okay, whenever you do anything, it should be very good, very precise. Now if you do again control select and then do align horizontally or vertically, it will be good. Now you see they align properly, right? So if you like this is good, but I like this much better. So that's up to you what you like, and what customer likes is matter. Okay, who will tell you to create all these things? The requirement will tell you. Okay, how to get the requirement? Either they will give you markup or they will give you a BRD. Okay, if they give BRD, that's fine. If the BRD is not so clear, in the daily stand-up meeting or a separate meeting, you will discuss that, and they will if you just give a initial visuals, then they will tell you that these, as per the BRD, this is not the correct. Okay, if the BRD might be like this, but can you change like this? So something like that they will ask you. So that's how you need to go on modify and then give you incremental development. Right? So this is a card, and then there is one more option, is called multi-card. Okay, let me tell you, this is the one, multi-card. Okay, what is this beauty? I'll show you. There is an option. Okay, here at any point of time you can only add one value. You cannot add more than one value. But multi-row card has something which can add more values. So that is the only difference. The card and multi-row card, only thing is the card can hold at any point of time only single field. You cannot add more fields. But when it comes to multi-row, you can add more sales. Okay, now this is just total sales, just like this, 54 million, right? But let's say I want to buy a region. Let's say bring the region. Now you see, and I want to also do by channel or something like that. So this is this will have something differently, right? Right. So you can also do a lot of formattings and everything. Okay, that is also possible, right? So now what we have learned, cards and multi-row card. Multi-row card is easiest one. You can go and check the formatting, nothing, and you can add multiple values. That is the only thing. Okay, and this formattings will be there obviously. You can change this color. Okay, change these colors, each colors, and values to millions and something like that. You can just do, and you can apply borders and filters and everything. Let me show you. If you just click this and format this and click on this, Now, so only borders are changing, but still you can control this, because only when you click formatting, general properties only will be copied, but individual properties will not be copied. We will see individual properties when we create the themes. Okay, we will create the customized theme also. Okay, that time you will understand what is the specific formatting, what is the common general. So that is the reason when you click this, you see in the formatting you see two things: visual specific formattings and general formatting. Okay, this general formatting is available for all the visuals, so wherever you see the general property. Okay, when you click on this format painter, only these values will be carried forward to other visual, not the visual specific properties. Okay, so that is the reason they changed this theme. Otherwise, previously something like that, like this here, this form, these three options were here actually, or here, something like that here. Okay, so table, matrix, card, multi-row card. So these two and these two are done. So let me go to filter, sorry, slicer, and then tomorrow we extensively discuss slices versus filter. That is an excellent session. Okay, that's where you will be first evaluated whether you are the real timer or not, or the Power BI at least the basic or not. The first question is, what is the difference between slicer and the filter? If you answer perfectly, then they will say, wow, let's go deeper and then check. So that's how the curiosity will get increased. Okay, this is one of the gateway to understand your level of skills on Power BI. Okay, these are the filters. Okay, this is a slicer. So what is the difference between this pane and this visual? So that's what we are going to learn tomorrow. But today I will just introduce the slicers. Okay, so let me make this very small. Let me remove this and let me make this as a multi-row card. I'm putting here. Let me bring this slicer. So slices. Okay, so if you bring the channel, a slicer, something like this, and the drop down, you can see drop down. Okay, here you see something like this. Okay, so what is the options that are available? Lister drop down, right? So list to drop down. Okay, what is it? Drop down will do. Here you can select single values, so that the values will change. Let's say if I want to select all, or if I want to select multiple values, let's say you can select multiple values by clicking control. Okay. But let's say it's taking a lot of time. Let's say if I have multiple selects, then I want to deselect, then you can use eraser. But still, if you don't like this kind of select all, there is an option to format. So I'm trying to just give you some basic formats. Okay, then tomorrow we will see slicer settings and general settings. Visual specific, I guess, selections. Yeah. So now see, whenever you want to select multiple, you need to select the control. Okay, and if you want to see select all, you see all will be there. Select all. Previously it is not there. Okay, let me off this. Then you see only individual channels are there. But if you want to on them and see select all is there. Now you can select simply all of them. Okay, and you can just do see and then simply select all and remove all. So select all, remove all. Select all will work with remove all also. Okay, so that is one thing. So this drop down will save you a lot of space. Instead of list will give you like this, it will require a lot of space. But if you want to save the space with slicer, then you can use drop down. So it will just work like this. Okay, and one interesting thing is this. Okay, customer was asking, I want to see when you select this, you completely occupying, right? My customer was asking, I want to right tick. I don't want to see like this. I want to say tick mark visual, but no, it's not the custom visual. It is something like this. Where is that selection? I think visual selection. Here you simply off this. Now, if you go here, you see the try tick. See, and moreover, you no need to put the control. Okay, so simply you can select multiple values without control, and right click will come. Okay, so this is one beauty. And same slice, same filter, if I can same channel, if I want to in the drop down or the list, okay, the list, I can see instead of like this, I can see in the vertical also. How to do that? In the slicer settings, orientation. Okay, so now you see this is the orientation. Okay, so okay, so when it's possible, when now if you see, click on this, there is no orientation. Why? Same channel, here it is coming orientation, here it's not coming orientation. Why? This was also one of the, for me it took a lot of time to understand. Suddenly I fixed it, but suddenly where it was gone, I don't know. So I was confused and I recalled my olden days, initial days. Okay, that time YouTube was not this much, and then I know it's very difficult to get the things, right? So, but only thing is that whenever you do in the drop down or any other format other than the list, okay, so this is the list, so that's where you see the orientation. If you select this, you won't see the orientation, but if you select this, you see the orientation. Okay, vertical, so it will become vertical. Okay, you can on the search, so this is also very nice. Previously it's available here, search, okay, but now you can see here also. So a lot of updates came this month. Okay, so what we have understood, though it is a same, okay, list and drop down options are there, but the thing is that this is for text slicer. Okay, this is what it is, text slicer. Okay, list horizontal orientation is available only for list, not the drop down or any other. Only list will have orientation, either it's a vertical orientation or the horizontal orientation. Okay, and we have seen controls, control select, right tick, multi select, search, lot of things that we have learned for the slicer. So that's not the end today. Tomorrow we will again work with slicer. Okay, if it's a text like this, what if it's a number, what if it's a date? Okay, so we will see that, and how many options that we see in the drop down, everything that we will see, and then we will compare with filters. Okay, and then we will see sync slicer. Okay, and we'll see all the filters versus slicers extensively tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow is a big session on the slicers versus filters. Okay, then I would like to end here, and any questions, please feel free to talk to me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to save this and then we will publish. Okay, let me go to Power BI and let me go to March 2022, and here I will save visualization with table underscore cards. When I say cards, card and multi-row card, and then slicer. Okay, these things that we have covered. So now I'm going to publish this by clicking the publish button. This is the easiest one. I'm using Premium per user. Okay. Now it's done. Now let me go. It's already open. So I can simply click on this this thing. It will open the right one. But by default, it will go to our default browser. I think my default browser is Edge. So again, I need to log in here. So that is the reason I'm not going. I say click got it, and then go here and go to list view, and then click on the refresh double time. Now you see this one. Okay, so this is the one. Now see how beautiful it's working. Okay, see you cannot filter from here, but even card, this card, this card, if you click on that, nothing will happen. Cards are just like cards, but when it comes to table, if you click, they will change. But if you click this, nothing will change. So that is the difference between cards and other visuals. Right? Right? Now you can see go to matrix, then go to table. Okay. So hope you understand a lot of information today, lot of practice that you need to do. Please do practice. Okay, that's my request. Once the report is completed, then how we know which type of visual it is? Simply you can just select this and click on edit, so that okay, if you just click on it, the watermark will be highlighted. Okay, now if you click this, the watermark will be highlighted. If you go any visual, if you click on this, the watermark will be highlighted. So that good question. Okay, for example, card, donut card, seeing in case matrix and other. Yeah, this is how you should know. Good question, Shweta. I appreciate you. Okay, you can just go to edit mode and then click on it. That particular visual shade is highlighted. Good question. Again, click reading view. If you don't want to save, nothing is changed, so that's the reason it's not asked for save. Okay, so simply you can do that. Otherwise, in this mode you cannot do. You cannot just hover over and you cannot see that. Okay, whether it is the matrix or not, until unless you do in the edit mode or when it brings to Power BI desktop, and then only you will understand. Otherwise, you won't understand. Make sense? Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions? I would like to see how many are present. So a lot of people are absent. Okay, so we will remove these guys tomorrow. Thank you.